Long time no recommendations. Don't worry. This weekend there are like a billion things that I can recommend, but let me just give you like five or six. First one is The Bluff on Prime Video. I know action lovers, you've not gotten like a good action movie in a bit. Sorry, I'm not counting Shelter. Anyway, there is The Bluff. It is brutal. It is not so graphic and bloody, but it has the right amount of violence. If you don't know, Priyanka Chopra in any action movie would always be a good choice, but then pairing her with Carl Urban, nah, that was really good. This is supposed to be like a private movie, but the action is done on land. So in terms of it being a private movie, it's not that great, but if you put that aside, this is actually a good time. And it has a few sprinkles of Matters of the Heart in there. Then Crime 101. Now, this is the best tightly written thriller that I've seen in a while. Chris Hemsworth plays a thief with a conscience that leaves no trace when he carries out a crime. And of course, Detective Gowon Poshura. I don't think the pacing of this movie is slow. The pace is just fine. Fine enough for you to actually be interested in it to the end, because there's really no mystery factor in the movie. But you see Barry Keoghan being like a hothead criminal, that was definitely a vibe. If you've not seen it yet, I advise you go to the cinema, go see it. It's not going to be the same feeling as when it comes on streaming platforms. Arco is 90 minutes of wholesomeness. I actually wept when I watched this. It's so interesting how it's animations that seem to have you effortlessly connected with characters that seem to be far from real. Arco is a young boy that gets stuck time traveling to the past, and then he meets Iris, who is also a young girl who kind of has a robot as a parent. So yes, it is sci-fi, there's time travel, but the story is just so simple, yet it is I don't want to talk too much. It's a family-friendly movie, and I wonder why it did not get any buzz. This is really a perfect animation. For those of us that kept ourselves till the second part was out, it is time for us to feast. Now, this is not really a recommendation. It's more an update or something like that. Now it is our time. Finally, 28 years later, The Bone Temple. I do not know why nobody was really talking about this. I do not even know if 28 years later was marketed to have like the sequel released just months after. But if you watched the first part last year, you should definitely watch this as well. It is actually better. If you're not familiar with the franchise, there is 28 weeks later, there's 28 days later. You can do without watching those if you just want to watch 28 years later 1 and 2. But if you want some form of completion or whatever, you can watch those ones, then watch 28 years later, then The Bone Temple. Anyway, those are my recommendations for this weekend. If you have other movie recommendations, put it in the comments. If you want more movie recommendations, check out my page.